All right, so my name is Brendon Joe, and I'm Head of Research and Ecosystems at CLP. So today I'll be sharing a little bit about what we do around innovation and with AI in particular. So for those unfamiliar with us, CLP is a 120 plus year old utility, a leading energy player in the APAC region, and we deliver reliable supply to over 80% of Hong Kong's population. CLP operates across the whole energy value chain. We have close to 23,000 megawatts of power generation across a number of different sources of generation. We have 17,000 kilometers of high voltage transmission and distribution lines. So to put that into perspective, that's the distance from Hong Kong to Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. So that's quite a long network that we operate here. And we also have over 5 million customer accounts. We are a leading player in the APAC region, so we operate in Hong Kong, mainland China, Australia, India, as well as the Taiwan region and Thailand. So before we talk a bit about innovation, it's really important to highlight that the energy transition is really the key driver of our innovation activities. So it really starts with our decarbonisation plan. And we've got Climate Vision 2050, which is the group's blueprint to driving our activities to achieve net zero by 2050. And Climate Vision 2050 was actually launched in 2007, and we've been progressively upping our decarbonisation commitments since then. So when we talk about innovation, as I said, it really starts with decarbonisation and decarbonising generation. So we have a plan to decarbonise, and with a cleaner and more distributed generation sources, the energy system's going to look and feel a lot different. And with more intermittent supply, we're going to need energy storage to help ensure a low carbon economy. We invest in our grid as well, because with more and more distributed energy resources connected to the grid and also changing consumer patterns on the demand side, we're going to need to make sure that our grid is smarter and able to deliver reliable source of power. And with mobility, as you know, is one of the leading contributors to emissions. So if we can address the electrification of the transport system, we can really make strides in decarbonising our economy. And lastly, another key focus area is the customer value. So the energy system is moving to a more customer-centric model. As utilities, we really need to elevate the user experience as user demands change. So at CLP, we run we cover the full expanse of innovation in our activities. So with research, we leverage the expertise and the resources and cutting-edge finding from academic institutions and research organisations to provide valuable insights, as well as to address business challenges and also get exposure to new technologies through the knowledge transfer offices or the commercialisation arms of the research organisations. The ecosystems team, that's essentially our global open innovation platform that sources the cutting-edge solutions to address pain points, drive operational excellence, build new capabilities, and find new areas of growth. So within the ecosystems team, we run two key programs. So we run an accelerator program, a global accelerator program, which is very energy specific, energy tech specific. And we also run a tech scouting program. And we also try to embed ourselves in the local Hong Kong ecosystem as well. With technology insights, we need to stay on top of the emerging trends and technologies that could really disrupt us in the long term. So with adding that strategic perspective, we become more informed in terms of how we use specific technologies. And lastly, we also have a corporate venture capital arm, and we invest in VC funds as well as some direct investments to attain that the financial returns and that strategic value. We think that by investing in startups, we're able to access the technologies of those companies that are really out there making a difference and have really got an opportunity to give us that competitive advantage. So moving on, in terms of AI, over the last couple of years, we've run several pilots around AI, and they've been yielded fairly promising results and ready to scale. So moving forward, we'll be looking to embed them more and more into our new ways of working. And when we look at the problem domains and the solutions, they are quite closely aligned with Gartner researchers' findings. So the key use cases are around customer experience and data analytics, and also boosting efficiency and productivity. So we'll talk a little bit more about those use cases in the next few slides. So when we talk about our application of AI at CLP, we categorize them into two broad buckets. So the first is really for effective forecasting. And there are three specific use cases under this. So the first is short-term forecasting. So what this is energy supply does fluctuate, and heating, especially in Hong Kong, heating and cooling does play a key part of the energy consumption. And the better we are able to forecast the short-term supply, short-term demands, which means we need to better forecast the weather as well, because the weather is a key driver in energy consumption for heating and cooling. Well, it means that we're better able to optimize our fuel and optimize our power generation in real time. So the power supply is fluctuating all the time, as you can see in the chart here. It's not always running at a steady load. People turn on and off their air conditioners. So if you multiply that across all the aircon units across Hong Kong, that's a lot of change that's happening in every second, right? The second use case is, as we talked about, our infrastructure base is quite broad. We've got a lot of generation assets. We've got a lot of networks. We've got a lot of lines. We've got a lot of equipment that we're monitoring. All the infrastructure as well. So we require more insights, and the more insights we can get into the asset health and the asset performance can help us improve our reliability, and as well as plan our maintenance over the coming years. And that translates into real cost savings, which helps with our tariff. And the third use case for effective forecasting is around smart meter solutions. So we've been rolling out advanced metering infrastructure, or smart meters, into a lot of the residential buildings in Hong Kong. And what that's allowed to do is get more insights, and we can share those insights with our customers who also participate in our feed-in tariff. But it also helps us monitor irregularities. So, for instance, if we've got tampering, as well as theft of electricity. And with this greater visibility and forecasting, we're able to deliver a more stable supply. The second group of AI application is around productivity uplift. So I think you'll be familiar with the first two. So we've got self-service knowledge chatbots, as well as Copilot. So they're really there to help us quickly retrieve hundreds of documents and analyze it and summarize the information. So we're able to more efficiently understand and act on that information. The third category is intelligent process automation. So we talked about our huge asset base, and because we operate critical infrastructure, there's a lot of processes within CLP. And because we operate across the whole energy value chain as well, there are a lot of data points. If you think about every bit of machinery that's operating, from the generation, transmission, supply, down to the customer as well. So there's a lot of data and a lot of processes that we need to manage. And in the past, some of those activities have been done, the data has been collected and processed manually and validated manually, but we're moving gradually to automate all those processes, which would really allow us to improve our efficiency and accuracy, and be able to deploy our employees to more higher value tasks. So AI is a journey, and so where are we at now? So AI, the onset of AI really came up with a whole bunch of AI ideas and different use cases, and I think a lot of corporates were trying to grapple with, how are we supposed to be using AI, And that prompted us to establish a task force to identify the opportunities as well as the risks, and also assess the long-term impacts of deploying AI within our business. We also needed to put around some sound governance around AI, because we can't quite let everyone, all the staff that we have, which is about 9,000 staff in our whole group, using AI, which is quite a departure from our strategy. So we put in place some governance to really improve our how we go about operating within the AI sandbox, as well as putting some safety guardrails in place. And so where we at now is at this stage of building some awareness and communication around how we ought to use AI within our business. So I think that the future is exciting, and we're ready to scale, particularly around the use cases that we've already experimented with. But we need to do that pragmatically and with a bit of caution, because we operate critical infrastructure. We really need to ensure that we deliver reliable outcomes and repeatable outcomes around AI as well. So we're in the midst of fine-tuning our AI strategy now, so that we can better direct our business units to develop their own AI roadmaps that follow the vision across the group, and really amplify the business value of that AI can bring to our business. And with that, I'd like to close with just a brief discussion on the why we do innovation, and to summarize, it's the strategic value propositions. So it's really threefold. So first of all, it's to enhance our business. So it's to enhance how we operate our business, and to ensure that we defend our core business, and we're finding efficiencies so that we can deliver a low-cost tariff and a reliable service to our customers. The second is to extend into new businesses, because the energy landscape is changing. We're seeing a lot of disruption in the energy space across the whole value chain. We need to be aware of how we can extend and adapt our business. And lastly, it's to explore. So this is looking a lot more long-term. We need to explore new horizons, and help our business really lift our gaze and look out for blind spots. So that's all I wanted to cover in today's presentation. So thank you for your time today, and happy to have a chat afterwards. And if you're a startup and you have a solution that you think is interesting to us, do feel free to reach out to us, and we can look at either piloting your solution or even making an investment. Okay, thank you so much.